Good evening and welcome to the first public comment workshop for the East Bay Community Energy 2019-2020 rate setting. My name is Annie Henderson and I'm joined tonight by Kelly Brezovec. I am the Vice President of Marketing and Account Services here at EVCE. So we're going to go through a couple of things this evening. And then really reserve time for public comment. But we want to first remind you that this is a public meeting, so thank you for participating. And please know that the video and audio from this meeting will be posted online to our website. We will provide a brief introduction and then allow for your comments and feedback. Right now, everyone is on mute. When you do request to comment at the end of the presentation, please be prepared to provide your name, your organization, if applicable, your city of residence or business location, and please keep your comment to within 4 minutes. This evening, we'll go over an introduction to East Bay Community Energy, also known as EVCE, provide a bit of background, some definitions, some considerations for this next year's rate setting, the staff recommendation for the rate setting, and then welcome public comment. East Bay Community Energy is our local provider for clean power in Alameda County. We are really focused on cleaner, greener electricity at lower rates while reinvesting back into our local community. EVCE works by providing or procuring cleaner power for our customers. PG&E is still responsible for delivering that power over its wires and with its meters and substations. And then you, the customer, are benefiting from cleaner power with more local control. We offer 3 products. The first is the Bright Choice product with more renewable energy than offered by the standard PG&E product at 1.5% less. Our Brilliant 100 product is 100% carbon-free power at the same rate as PG&E. And Renewable 100 is 100% renewable energy from within California at 1 penny more per kilowatt hour than the Brilliant 100 price. This section here is what we refer to as our value proposition. Now I want to provide a little bit of background from our implementation plan. So back in August 2017, EVCE submitted and was approved by the California Public Utilities Commission an implementation plan and statement of intent. And that stated that EVCE will review its rates at a minimum once a year. EVCE will employ a robust and highly transparent rate setting process for all rate changes that will include both a public hearing and a written public comment period. In addition, that implementation plan also outlined that EVCE will seek to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, we will seek to reduce energy costs, and we will continue to support local renewable resource development. Some additional background about how we came to this process. Back over a year ago, in February of 2018, the board approved our first 2 products, the Bright Choice and the Brilliant 100 products, at a 1.5% discount and price parity to PG&E's generation rate. In April and May, the board then approved a 3rd product for 100% renewable energy at a penny more per kilowatt hour. In September of last year, the board approved a protocol that said the discount and the price parity and the small premium are what substantiate our rates and allowed staff to modify rates to maintain that value proposition should PG&E change its rates. And then staff did this for the first time in March of this year when PG&E made changes to their generation rate. The EVCE rates were changed to maintain the value proposition. Now I'd like to go over a couple definitions. So when we talk about rates, we're talking about what EVCE charges customers for electricity, and that's updated when PG&E makes changes to their generation rates. When we speak about the value proposition, we're really speaking about a rate value proposition, so the financial savings customers realize as an EVCE customer. We do want to acknowledge that EVCE brings additional value to our community. What we're talking about here this evening is only the direct financial value to customers. We are also not in this process contemplating changes to our power mix, meaning the amount of renewable energy or carbon-free energy that constitutes our Bright Choice Brilliant 100 products. The final definition we wanted to review before we go further is a power charge and difference adjustment, or PCIA. This is a per kilowatt hour fee that PG&E assesses to a customer that does not receive electric generation service from PG&E. And the reason that this is important is that our value proposition must include the PCIA, since that is in fact a fee associated with being an EVCE customer, because if you receive both generation and delivery from PG&E, you would not pay this fee. So when coming to a staff recommendation, there were a number of considerations. We're really going to focus on the primary drivers. So just a quick overview again, we currently have 3 products: Bright Choice at 1.5% discount, Brilliant 100 at parity to PG&E, and Renewable 100 at a cent more per kilowatt hour. And what we expect is that in the 2019-2020 fiscal year, that we will deliver $7 million in bill savings for our Bright Choice customers. Now, looking ahead, we need to consider our value proposition for the next fiscal year, and there's a number of things that we wanted to look at, but the primary driver here is PG&E rates and the PCIA. So there are forecasts that the PG&E generation rates will decrease, while the PCIA will increase. So if you look at this stacked bar chart, the blue represents the PG&E generation rate, the green is the EVCE generation rate, and the yellow is the PCIA. So on the left we showed, and this is just for an example purpose, these are not the actual numbers, but in 2019, the green bar is much larger than what we expect in 2020 because PG&E will be reducing their generation rates while increasing the PCIA. So that really squeezes the amount that EVCE can charge as part of our rates. So this brings us to the staff recommendation. Since the 2020 PG&E and PCIA rates are uncertain and the PCIA is likely to increase, EVCE staff recommends that we maintain the 1.5% rate discount for Bright Choice and make no other changes to Brilliant 100 or Renewable 100. Further, staff is recommending that the value proposition is revisited again in December of 2019 when we have more certainty about the PG&E 2020 rates and the PCIA. At this point, we would like to open things up to public comment. How you can do that is to click on the chat bubble illustrated here to request to chat with the host. Enter your name, city, and organization, if applicable, into the chat box. We will call on each speaker in the order we receive the chat, and then we will then turn off the mute for that speaker. And we ask that you keep your comments to approximately 4 minutes. So I'd like to open it up now for any comments from the public. All right, while we wait to see if there are any public comments, I do want to thank you for calling in this evening and participating. The next steps will be to post this webinar, including the audio recording of your comments, on our website at evce.org/rates. We will summarize all public comments in a staff report to the board, and we will present the summary along with the value proposition recommendation to the board of directors at their meeting on June 19th. If you wish to make additional comments, you can do so in person at a meeting on Saturday, June 1st. That will begin at 10 a.m. at Union City's Kennedy Youth Center. It's just a short distance from the Union City BART station. You can also participate again at an online webinar this Wednesday, June 5th at noon. And written comments will be accepted through June 7th at 5 p.m. You can send those comments via email to publiccomment@evce.org, or you can mail them to us at 1111 Broadway, 3rd floor in Oakland, California. Any other questions can be sent to publiccomment@evce.org. Thank you again for your participation this evening.